Hey all, it's time for Jason's Thoughts. Today I wanted to talk about communication with your leader or supervisor that isn't really working well for you. In the case, maybe you've changed roles or you have a new boss or there has been some movement. Or a person has changed and how they're communicating to you has changed along with it. And, it doesn't work well for you. Either it feels abrasive or feels like everything is 911 or requiring an emergency response ASAP, all in capital letters. My first point will always be to never read into an email with your own tonality, because it doesn't always match. But sometimes it does. And so the question is, what do you do? Well, a lot of times, as the saying goes, people quit leaders or bosses versus quitting jobs. But guess what? If this is your dream job, if this is a job that you love, then there's two ways of approaching it. Stay. Definitely stay. There's lots to be had, and you earn where you are, and you shouldn't have to leave because of someone else. But how do you approach it? Look, a lot of people fear conflict. Your mind will create 1,000 different scenarios of how a conversation will go before you even open your mouth. So first and foremost, fight your mind before you have that conversation. Now, everybody's got a different style. For me, I would say the direct approach isn't always the most comfortable, but it is the most effective. If someone calls you out and it doesn't feel good, don't respond by email. If it is by email or some kind of text message or WhatsApp, pick up the phone. Give them that tonality for sure from yourself so they don't misread what you're saying. And call it out. Just be simple and say, hey, I just got your email. It seems very urgent, or you don't seem happy with me. But I just want some clarity. Have I done something wrong? Am I not meeting my goals or meeting your expectations? And just try to get on the same page, not to be combative, but just to make sure that you're not misreading into it. And while you got them on the phone, just share, hey, you know what? I don't actually work really well under these circumstances. I would prefer X, Y, and Z, or maybe picking up the phone and calling me if there is something that's urgent, or, or maybe just share, hey, this is how I receive your emails or messages or phone calls. I find, it's really abrasive and that doesn't work super well for me. And so if you want me at my best, this is how I operate best. Now, again, that won't be for everybody. My other tact or suggestion would be, it's a good opportunity, especially if this is a new leader to you, is to share some details about yourself. You can, and it could be by email, it could be phone. You could just be like, hey, I just want to introduce myself. My name is so-and-so. Just want to share, some of my goals in life are X, Y, and Z, house, dog, kids, whatever. And, my personal preference for communication is whatever it is, email. And, if there's something urgent, I prefer being called, and embed in there somewhere, how your communication preferences are as far as what motivates you. I really thrive in a positive work environment and, constantly, getting feedback, even if corrective. I want to be better. So, if you have some for me, that would be great. But I really, really, really enjoy a positive environment. It's important to me. It's when I'm most effective, and you'll get the most out of me in return. That way you're not directly calling them out. You're giving them an opportunity to read your information. And if they don't respond to your email, if you send it by email, definitely double click on that, make sure they do. Without, again, calling them out and saying, hey, you're a bad leader, I don't like the way you communicate. Give them an opportunity to adjust to you. Now, if you flip it around and put yourself in their shoes, the stories that could be there are endless. This manager might have gone through years of attrition, losing great people over and over and over and over again. And guess what? It might have been because of his communication and how aggressive he is. And you could be the person to give them some feedback to help them develop in their role, in their careers. Wouldn't that be nice? So, that's my 2 cents. Number one, don't let your mind tell you how the conversation is going to go. Because often you'll actually find that your mind is made the worst possible thoughts. And it might actually be the easiest conversation you have in your life. They may even thank you for the honest, direct feedback. And number two, don't walk away from something that you're really happy with and that you worked hard for. And maybe there isn't a lot of opportunities in your current role or in the current field you study in or whatever. And you got it. Stick with it. Fight for it. You earned it. So do that. And 3, don't walk away. Just don't quit from someone else because you just don't know. And they may not know. And as G.I. Joe says, knowing is half the battle. So make them aware. And if they continue on, you know what? They don't deserve you. And you deserve better. And you will find better. But do those 3 steps before you walk away. Absolutely. Thanks all. And yes, I am a Denver Broncos fan. For those that didn't know me or don't know me, go Broncos. Please, everybody, still stay safe. And don't forget, we're all humans. And we should all be kind to each other. Take care.